My question is sometimes, are we aware of what we've lost? See, it's one thing to lose something and know you've lost it, but I think it's probably one of the most insidious things of the enemy. To come into the midst of a life, or come into the midst of a generation, or come into the midst of a nation or a city or whatever, and you steal something and you not even be aware that it's gone. Because I want to take us all the way back to Adam. I've heard a lot of things said about what Adam lost. I've heard a lot of things said about what they lost as a marriage. I've heard a lot of things hit on about the effects of the sin and all that took place within. But I've never heard this one said. That what Adam really lost when he sinned, he lost his father. He lost his father. Now God came after him, but still he lost a father. He was cut off. If there was anybody that was acutely aware of what he had lost, it was Adam. Now we've got some thousands of years removed from Adam, and my question is today, do we even know what we've lost? Are we even aware of what was lost? You know, we hear all kinds of preaching about you need to go get your stuff. You need to go get your inheritance. You need to go get your stuff. You need to go get what the enemy's taken. And it sounds good preaching. You get everybody hooped, you know, and everybody goes, yeah, I'm going to go get it. I'm tell you, I can get myself. I'm going to get what the enemy took. And I tell you, I'm going for it. And all that, I mean, they get all excited. But yet I would like to be sitting in the car when they leave the parking lot and it hit them. Do they even know what they're going for? Do they even know what they've lost? Do they even know what the enemy took? Do they even understand what's missing? And we don't have a clue of what's missing. We don't know how valuable it is. We don't understand how deep it goes. We don't understand the repercussions. Not only in our life and our generation, but in our nation and in the world and in our cities. We don't even understand what's missing. Because we've gotten such preaching in our country and such talk in our country about fatherhood. Oh, who needs a man? Who needs a father? Who needs it? We can do it all by ourselves. And you hear the agendas of the feminists and everybody out there says trying to get on with a life, and we don't need a man. We don't need fathers. We can do it all ourselves. Some of it born out of pain, some of it born out of bitterness, anger, some of it born out of an agenda of pride, some of it satanic in its nature, no doubt. But I wonder if we even understand what's gone. Now I know as I preach this message that some of you are acutely and keenly aware of a loss of a father in your life. They may be here biologically, but they have abandoned you emotionally and spiritually and other kind of things. And I know as I preach something of this nature that some of us maybe haven't moved into fatherhood like God has called us into, or has it called us, but we've got to start somewhere. So as I preach, understand that I'm not condemning anything or anybody. I'm not doing that. You're looking at a father too, as well as a son. And I'm not here to do it, but we got to start somewhere. If we don't start looking at what's gone, we won't know what we're trying to get back. And nobody wants to ask the question. Some smart statistician at one point in time did a crime study and found that this incredible rise of violent crime was linked to fatherless homes. A clear FBI study made. So much so that Dan Quayle made mention of it at one point in time when he was running in office, and made mention and was ridiculed because he brought out the fact of fatherless homes. and was run in the ground because he stated it. That he linked the breakup of homes to this incredible rise of crime. Yeah, anytime attention was drawn to the fatherless issue, the enemy rose up and tried to distract from it. Oh my goodness. What's intriguing is that he lost revelation. This revelation is important because the Father revealed to Adam who he was. It was the Father's role to tell him who he was. That's the role of fatherhood. See, the role of fatherhood is to tell you who you are. That's all part of it. You see, when fathers are absent or silent, then you leave it wide open for somebody else to tell them who they are. You see, the father's role is to tell their sons and daughters who they are. And when Adam lost that, he lost the one that could reveal to him who he was, why he was here. He lost that. Nobody could tell him. I mean, he lost who he was. I mean, the very one that could reveal to him who he was. You see, just because you have a biological child doesn't mean you're a father. But I want Keegan to just come here for a minute. Just stand right here. I'm going to put this towel over his head. Can you see anything? You sure? Okay. You can't see anything outside there at all? When Adam sinned, a veil came over his life. And he was cut off from revelation. You see, this is why headship's important, because where are the eyes? Where are the ears? Where's the nose? Where's the mouth? It's all in the head. 7 openings in the head. So when you lose headship, you lose all those areas through which you can either smell God, speak to God, hear from God, or see. He lost all revelation when he lost headship. That means a cloud of darkness covered his life. That's what the Bible means by darkness. It means ignorance. It means now he has no connection to his father, and his father was the source of his revelation. And so now he has no revelation from his father, so no information can come to him from his father. He's cut off and he's veiled. Matter of fact, Corinthians talks about how the enemy has veiled the mind. And so there's a veil over this area. So he's cut off. He doesn't have revelation. His father cannot reveal to him who he was and who he is and what he meant him to do. So now, because he doesn't live by revelation, what does he live by now? He lives by his senses, what he can touch. And he starts to live his life by what he can feel, by what he stumbles into with his feet, and what he can crawl around and touch. And he starts living his life by what he feels. In other words, he starts living his life by his emotions, because he has no revelation. Because he lost his father. Because only his father could reveal to him who he was. So he starts living his life. And see, at this point in time, anybody can lead him. Come on, Angela. Go ahead and take that hand, lead him. Give me your homes just like that right there. What are you talking about? It's out of order. Oh, Jesus. See, men, because you take such a back seat, because you don't let the Father speak to you and don't let Him reveal to you, that means anybody can lead you. Women don't like necessarily that role, and they're not going to give up on God because you do. But what it amounts to is it's backwards now. You're not leading. Why? Because you're called the head. Not dictator, the head. Why are you called the head? Because those 7 openings that are in your head, that you should be the one seeing things in your home and family. You should be the one speaking to things in your family. You should be the one doing those kind of things. Therefore, instead, you relegate the role to your wife and say things like, I don't want to be a Jesus freak or, a fanatic. I don't care, whatever you want to do. But, it's whatever you want to do, honey, instead of saying, let's get up and let's go.